Hello and welcome to this little video about our Ogar SZD45A motor glider, which is one of two flying at present in the UK. So a little chat first about the aircraft and then some flying. Our aircraft was built in 1976, and in the 1970s SZD in Poland built a total of 64. Of these, 41 went to the USA and were fitted there with Revmaster engines, and all the other production aircraft were factory fitted with the Limbach 1700 engine, including ours. Poland in the 1970s was of course a communist state within the Soviet USSR, so obviously a committee somewhere decided to build a motor glider as a prestige project. The resulting aircraft, as you would expect, is built to a very high standard and, if anything, somewhat over-engineered. The design was really original, so let's see what they came up with. The front pod is made of fiberglass with a wooden floor and bracing. This houses the two crew with side-by-side seating. Behind them is a luggage area, then a fuel tank, and then the engine. The wings are shoulder mounted on the pod. An alloy tubular boom is bonded to the pod and then extends to the tail. The fin is all metal and the tailplane has a wooden fiberglass structure sheathed in fiberglass, as are the wings and ailerons. The elevator and rudder are also wooden fiberglass but covered in fabric. So, a bit of everything. There is a single main wheel and the tail wheel is connected to the rudder pedals for steering. The outriggers, as you can see, are at the extreme wingtips. The wingspan is 57'6" or 17.53 meters, and the wings are almost in balance. The down outrigger only has a load on it of about 8 kilograms. The one wing down layout can make it look a bit ungainly and awkward on the ground, but is in fact very practical because when you're on a narrow taxiway, you only have to keep the main wheel and down outrigger on the hard stuff. The upwing can float safely out to the side. The single main wheel is semi-retractable. A lever between the seats raises and lowers it in a single movement. When retracted, the width of the tyre still shows, and you can actually land on this, but it's a bit bumpy with no suspension. The canopy is rear hinged and is supported when open by two gas struts. The name Ogar, incidentally, means hound in Polish. The sill of the cockpit is really high, and to actually manage to get in, a step is provided. And this is an original works item and not something that we knocked up. So Brian's now going to give us a little demo how it works. Open the lid. Step on. There's a handle where his left hand is to give you a bit of leverage. And there we are. Easy when you know how. So a quick tour of the cockpit. Most unusual feature is that the control columns and seats are staggered so that the crew are not sitting shoulder to shoulder, making a lot more room. Very comfortable semi-reclining seats are on slotted racks, so there's about 9 inches of forward and aft movement to suit all sizes. The fuel tank has a clear reading panel to check the fuel level. A very Soviet fuel valve. The main controls are standard gliding color coded. The instruments are fitted unusually in a single strip across the whole dash, which actually works rather well. Central is the throttle with the starter and choke either side, and under that is the master switch. The rudder pedals are spring-loaded adjustable. So that's enough waffle and time to go flying, so it's over to Mick.
Master on, throttle set, bit of choke, ignition on, instruments right, okay, clear prop!
So Mick's off the grass and on the taxiway, and you can now see how the main wheel and outrigger are on the hard and the upwing is out over the grass. Now Mick's going to give us a demo on how manoeuvrable the Ogar is in the ground with a 180-degree turn. So, a change of pilot now, going flying with Andy. He's just lining up for takeoff. I'm going to cut out all the checks though, and we're going straight to takeoff.
Into traffic, Golf Tango Mike, rolling 24.
The Limbach engine produces 68 horsepower, and this gives us a climb rate of about 400 feet a minute, a best cruise speed of about 70 knots, with a fuel consumption of just under 9 litres an hour. If you convert this to motoring values, it's 80 miles per hour at just over 40 miles per gallon. This is a very economical aircraft to fly. The fuel capacity is 30 litres, which gives us a practical flight duration time of about 2.5 hours with a decent reserve. As a glider, the performance is 27.5 to 1, which is about the same as a K-13. The aircraft is actually cleared for all the basic glider aerobatics, that is spins, loops, chandelles, etc. But we now give these a miss in deference to the old girl getting a bit long in the tooth. The handling is very smooth and predictable, pleasant to fly, a very stable platform with really no vices. So just to illustrate this, we'll do a couple of stalls. So hassle checks already finished. First one, an engine recovery. See how this goes. Nose up. Recover, a complete non-event really. And the second one, a glider recovery with no engine. Just note how smooth and gentle this is, and not even the hint of a wing drop. Now we're late downwind in the circuit. You can really see here the brilliant all-round vision you get with a pusher engine. We're a syndicate of 5 pilots who own the aircraft, and we've all known each other for years, and it works really well. We just enjoy flying and looking after what we think of as a bit of an old treasure, really. So, and it's about to turn base leg now. For anyone not familiar with motor gliders, the landing technique is different to a light aircraft. When he thinks the runway is safely within gliding range, and he will close the throttle. There's no hot air on this engine, by the way. Change hands, right on the control column, left on the air brakes, and fly it in as a glider. Turning final now, got a lot of wind, and just controlling this smooth approach with the air brakes. And this time going for a low go around. Again on final, and this time for a full stop landing. So as a finale to our little video, we now hope to show Mick taking off on the grass while we video it from the parallel hard runway. So in theory, we should watch him taking off and climbing into the wild blue yonder. Right, let's see what actually happens. So off he goes, managing to keep up. And he's up and climbing into the wild grey yonder actually, there we go. As a quick footnote, if you'd like some more info on the Ogar, Pilot Magazine did a flight test of our actual aircraft in their November 2019 issue. It's a brilliant 9-page comprehensive test, and you can still view it online for free by searching Pilot Flight Test Ogar SZD45A. It's well worth a look. And thanks for watching.